First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Chakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, and to the Bayah Shadabadat, the house of David, Maya Shatad, with men of valor, Las Vegas camp, coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indian, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back, you're the true children of Israel that the Bible speaks of. Salvation belongeth unto you and you alone. Right, first and foremost to the 144,000 elect men, then the multitude of the men, women, and children who believe upon this testimony. All right, I have a lesson for you today, Lord willing, be edifying, uplifting unto the body. Salakia for being a little bit under the weather, but nevertheless, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, allow me to bring this lesson to you through the Spirit. All right, I'm going to start here in the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 19, and it reads, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moths and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Right, so Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said, hey, don't bank on this world. Don't count on this world, and don't count on the things of this world. Don't count on these things to bring you treasures, all right? Bring you the pleasure and to replace salvation, all right? Here it is, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is given, and this is in the red letter, so this is Yahweh Shai speaking, all right? He's given us a clear-cut, simple directions, all right? Keep that which is holy, all right? Keep that which is beneficial unto you, and lay your treasures up in heaven. Right, this word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is a treasure, all right? Especially for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, right? And you speckled birds whose father's line goes back. But those of you of the elect, all right? Because those are the one that are taking hold of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's grace and mercy, all right? Adawan Aratazah, be of that number, all right? The 144,000 elect men, and you out there, listening and learning, of the elect or the men, prophets, all right? Verse 20, and it reads, Slakia, verse 20, and it reads, but lay up your treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. Right? So if you abide in the secret place of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and storing your treasures up in heaven, nobody can break through and steal. Being rooted and being grounded in the faith of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right? Having your mind set on the kingdom. All right? Having a kingdom mindset. All right? To be able to perform and practice the righteous acts through the will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, to understand prophecy and understand what times we're coming into and the times that we're in. All right? This thing is unfolding, and the scriptures have continued to fly off the page. How much more in these last days, these last moments, all right? We can stop saying really last days and say last moments, all right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Verse 21, and it reads, for where your treasure is, there will there will your heart be also, all right? So don't focus on the things of this world, neither the word the word of man. All right, focus on the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. He says, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua says in the last days, all right, these would be happening. These things would be happening, right? Uprising of the people, earthquakes in diverse places, all right, signs in the heavens, okay? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is pushing forward his prophecy, pushing forward the message, all right, and the signs that the return of his only begotten son, all right, is coming, all right, that Yahweh Shai is coming, and he's coming to take the world and set it in righteousness in order, all right, as him and his father, all right, have said from the beginning, right, that Yahweh declared it, and Yahweh Shai confirmed it, right, through the will and power of Yahweh, all right, as we were given this testimony in this word, right, to preach and speak unto you, the children of Israel, you lost sheep. All right, the 144,000 elect men, the multitude of the men, women, and children who will receive the word, the word of salvation. All right, that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua may have mercy on Israel again. All right, it's going to be here in the book of Psalms. It's going to be Psalms chapter 55. It's going to be Psalms chapter 55 and verse 22. And it reads, cast thy burdens upon Yahweh, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. Right? So cast your burdens upon Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Everything that you're feeling, the uncertainty you may be having at times, hey, give it all to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right? If you don't lay your treasures up in this world, you will not have to suffer those things that the people of the world have to suffer. Don't let this world catch you off guard. All right? We are to stay on guard and to stand on post for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Stand on our watch as we are watchmen. Okay? And we are watching and hastening the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay? You have to continue in the way and continue to ask Yahweh Hashem Yahushai continue to ask Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to keep his spirit on you. All right? And do the things that are pleasing unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right? And repenting. All right? This is going to be here in the book of Psalms. Go back. It's going to be Psalms chapter 37 and verse 7. And it reads, rest in Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of his because of him whom persecuteth in his way. Persecuteth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. All right, so Yahweh Hashem Yahushai said, hey, don't worry about those, all right, who bring wicked vices to pass. And the wicked device of this devil system is being consumed with this world, whether it be through television, all right, whether it be through the consumption of things, whether it be with your bills, all right, trying to make ends meet, all right. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will provide all unto us, but keep in the way of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and keep the faith, all right. We have to do those things that are pleasing unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, all right, and keep giving him our diligence, keep giving him our sorrow and our prayers, all right, crying out unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for the atrocities that this devil has continuously committed and that he continues to commit to this very day. Hey, even though that we are not with 2/3 of Jake, understanding the judgment and understanding it was the devil, all right, who helped forward the affliction, all right, we are to cry out unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for our nation to be right and to get right. All right, we accept that 2/3 of the nation of Israel will not receive it. All right, and they must learn cancellation and deletion by pain. All right, for their atrocities that they have committed. But it was the Esau, Edom, right, who continues to help them and give them license to sin. Okay, and that promotes wickedness. All right, above all. All right, let's go here. It's not meant to be that long of a lesson. Let's go here to the book of Sirach, chapter 19. 19 and verse 4, and it reads, He that is hasty to give credit to light-minded, and he that sinneth shall offend against his own soul. And this is exactly what Jake is doing. All right, he gives credit to light-mindedness. All right, hey, has no care. Okay, he sinneth against his own soul. But such as the king, so are the people. All right. And Esau, Edom, all right, the so-called white man is the king of this world. All right. He has the ability and the influence. Even though Jake is the salt of the earth, hey, Jake doesn't make the laws. Jake doesn't set the principalities of this world. Okay. It's Esau, Edom, who has the ability and the influence of the structure. Okay. Continuing on, verse 5, and it reads, Who's, Whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be shall be condemned, but he that resisteth pleasure, he that resisteth pleasures crowneth his life. Right. So if you take pleasure in this wickedness, if you take pleasure in the wickedness of this world, hey, you're sinning against your own soul. All right. If you have all the cares of this life and care about nothing but this world and nothing about just getting the bag and being prosperous in this life, you're sinning against your own soul, heaping up a abominable uh, uh, abominable reward unto yourself. Okay, because essentially, hey, all this is going to be destroyed. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to destroy all this abominable crap that is here. Okay? Because you continue to focus on the things of this world and not focus on Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But what did it say in the end? I'm going to read it again. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 5. And it reads, it's like, who taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned, right? And you taking pleasure in that wickedness is continuing after the way of this world, thinking everything's going to be okay. Staying, hey, I'm a stand on business for the world. I'm going to take this RFID CHIP, all right, which is the MOTB, all right? Thinking that you're going to be on a one accord with this world and bend to this man's system and be and do what he tells you to do, right? In that day, in that time, all right? Still believing on Jesus Christ, these false doctrines, right? This is the way of the world, believing that you have control over this and you don't have to answer for your sins, okay? Continuing on at the break, but he that resisteth pleasures crowneth his life. So if you resist the pleasures of this world, Yahweh Shem Yahushai says you crown your life. All right, that's for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back. If you resist the pleasures of this world, you crowneth your life. For Yahweh Shem Yahushai said, Behold, this is not your rest. All right, matter of fact, let me go ahead and get that. All right, this is going to be here in the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10, and it reads, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you. It's like, it shall destroy you, even with a sure destruction. All right, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai put us here for a punishment. It is not to be our rest. All right. So, hey, going here to the book of Baruch, Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8, and it reads, Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach, a curse, and a subject, and slaki, and to be subject unto payments, according to all the iniquity of our fathers, which departed from the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, our power. Right? So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is telling us this is not our rest. This is not the place. This is not where you get your treasures. All right? If this was a treasure, we would not be subject unto the payments of this world. All right? As Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said in the book of Matthew, roughly paraphrasing scripture, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. All right? Salaki, I misquoted. All right, and that's the book of Luke. It's in Luke and Matthew's. Let's get it. Let's lock it. It's Book of Matthew's, chapter 22, and verse. Let's go. 22 and 21, and it reads, they say unto him, Caesar. They saith unto them, render therefore unto Caesar which unto Caesar things which are Caesar's. All right. So, hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, hey, said, render unto Caesar which is Caesar's. All right. And this world is his. Give it back to him. All right. Hey, don't focus and care about the things of this world so much that you would lose your very soul. All right. That Yahweh Bashem Yahushai would be displeased with you. All right. We are not to take this world too seriously. All right. We are here for punishment in a time period. So, Lord willing, this was edifying, uplifting unto the body. I want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listen, learn, to the Bayash Dabadat. To the next time we say Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, Wa Abba, Shalom.